Lennox, bring the drums
Run
in.
it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated, sensational young star of the welterweight division, introducing Jaron Boots Ennis.
Terence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it.
As soon as the bell goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from the United States of America. Wearing the blue trunks trimmed with white, the Chosen One. Fighting out of the blue corner from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed three-division champion of the world, Terence Bud Crawford.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
I'm so giddy, so excited. The anticipation is second to none. Let's get it on.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. That jab doesn't score. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here you don't understand. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on you.
That punch lands. That's another scoring shot. Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching you every move, that every trick.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Punch caught him clean. He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? Continues to touch him up. Looks like a little bit of a strategy change here, loosening up the technique. So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. Looks like a little change. Where was the defense? Will the referee step in? And there it is! The knockdown punch we knew was coming. Let's see that again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
And there's the bell to start the round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, you've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the wisest decision. Oh, that punch. There's a counter shot. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs. Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have the quick burst. Boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. They miss with the jab. They threw the hook. It didn't land. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
They ring the bell, and here we go. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
We've got a couple of big units here, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drama because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
That jab misses. That counter punch caught him clean. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Nice job getting that punch through. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What a punch. Gonna try to relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. The left jab is landing at will. Gonna shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. Punch, counter punch. Not a lot of defense here at all. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Beautiful counter shot. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
That punch landed. Unlucky to miss with that jab. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Oh my goodness, and that little Yorkshire Terriers, they're never going to give up.
And that hook misses. And he misses with that jab. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable at middleweight.
Hey, those punches add up. Beautiful counter shot. Not so rigid anymore with the stance. Quick punch scores. Looks like they're going to mix up. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Oh, and they got rocked. What a moment this is. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
And there's the bell to start the round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Remember, with the lighter weights, you're expecting at least 300 shots around. They can let these shots go. They can move, they're fast, they're sharp. It's a hard night's work for the referee.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Hey, those punches add up. That's not legal. Punching. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round. Timing beats speed, speed beats power.
Very close match. It shows the skills, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Looks like he's gonna move around the ring a little bit more, try some stick and move. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
This is why I love the little guys. This is exactly why I love them. Look at them, toe to toe, heart for heart. You know, mano a mano, they're letting the shots go.
Touching him up again. Just missed with that hook. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. A perfect counter lands. A perfect counter shot. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
That punch lands. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Good counter punch. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Here he is bouncing on his toes, trying to get some energy. halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it. They both want a highlight reel knockout.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Now I'm going to get a little more loosey-goosey. Let's see how this one feels. Punch. There's a counter shot. He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Nice counter. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, you know with featherweights, the hands are going to be flying. A lot of punch output.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he close you down.
And at some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighter. Now, can they finish it? And now they're right back into the fray.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot.
What's the referee thinking right now? Knocked down hard. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get back on their feet here as the referee continues the count. And as we see it again in slow motion, there's no doubt that body punch right there buckled him.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Back up on his feet, and now he's ready to engage again.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. You want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? Will the referee stop it? And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Oh my! That's a game changer. He takes a step back, recalibrates himself, and goes right after him. So much for defensive abilities. Thought for a second of getting out of trouble, but now he's right back in the phone booth.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Not so rigid anymore with the stance. Punch, counter punch. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Because they're so big, because they can punch, because they've got the weight behind them, they may not be connecting, but trust me, when they connect, that's when this fight sets on fire. Because someone's going to get hurt and someone's going to react.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights. Do you believe what we are seeing? He had his moment, but nice veteran move here to hold on to his opponent to slow down the momentum.
They need to be worried that the referee's not going to throw them out the ring and disqualify them both.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made.
Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? No, we don't see a knockdown.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot. Flip.
They're always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. And they're down, trying to make it up before 10 as the referee continues the count. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
I need to see that again.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.